This story comes from Liberty writers, Emily Nomack. It says, every biker has heard Trump's new call. Look which city they are heading to now. President Trump is holding a rally in Phoenix on Tuesday. The leftist groups are already trying to cause trouble. 14 groups are going to protest the rally and have urged others to book free tickets to attend so that the arena seats are empty. By Washington Times reporters, those protesters didn't count on one thing: bikers. Bikers for Trump Arizona Cobra chapter put out a call to action to its members saying Donald Trump is coming to Phoenix Convention Center to hold a rally. There have been plans for Charlottesville sympathizers to protest. We need our bikers to show up and keep these people safe. We are supposed to start. It's supposed to start at 6. We think we need to be there at least 4. That is when the doors open. If there are people outside waiting to get in, we don't want anyone to harass them. Protesters have a right to protest, but they don't have a right to threaten or intimidate. That is why we need to be there. The groups that plan on protesting the convention center include the Democratic Socialists of Phoenix, Arizona Resist, Desert Progressives, Students for the Democratic Society, Pheonix, Arizona, and Cosplayers Against Hate. These bikers are tough, and they are not going to be a great line of defense against the creepy and dangerous alt-left protesters and people, and before the leftists start crying white supremacy. Here's a video of the group condemning hate. I'd feel pretty good going to a rally knowing these guys were on my side. Share if you love our bikers for Trump.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
You heard it, President Trump denouncing the white supremacists in Charlottesville. Now, some pro-Trump groups are being tarred with the same brush as the white supremacists. We're joined now by Chris Cox, founder of Bikers for Trump. Chris, this is you. You turn up with your Harleys, your leather jackets, and you look tough. You're big guys. You're being tarred with the same brush as the white supremacists. What do you say about that?
Well, that's just the same narrative that's been coming out of the left for some time now. We have nothing in common with these groups. We measure our members by their level of patriotism, love for our country, and the support of our president.
Well, do you think you're a little bit provocative, dressing as you do, riding as you do, towards these kind of events?
Well, Stuart, when we show up, we are there to bring peace and calmness to the situation. We're not there to intimidate. We're there to give our president some support, some much-needed support. And these groups like Antifa, the white supremacists, KKK, Black Lives Matter, these are bottom-dwelling scumbags that are trying to perpetuate fear in this country, and we certainly have nothing in common with them. And a lot of people out there don't want to have anything to do with politics. But let me tell you something. Politics will have something to do with you, and people need to get involved, and we need to show our president some support here.
I don't know whether your group was in Charlottesville over the weekend. I don't know whether you were there or not. No, you were not. But if you had been there, what would you have done to keep the peace?
Well, we certainly would have stood our ground, and you know, I've had some of our guys call me, and we decided that really wasn't what we were about. We are here to support Donald Trump and his agenda. Okay, we're to push his voice forward, to try to reach out to this demographic to continue growing. We're looking at almost 500,000 strong now. We're going to be in a position to swing votes. Our main thing is that we want to identify congressional members across the country and senatorial members, and we're going to get their pledge for our president, and we're going to hold them to that pledge, and we're going to help swing that vote and get them in there. But as far as out there and stepping and getting our hands dirty on civil disobedience and really just going against the fabric of this country, that's not what we're about. We've spent a lot of time policing our members. We don't have felons that are serving in leadership positions. We have community leaders out there. We have blue-collar guys. We have evangelical bikers for Christ. We have veterans and combat veterans in front of our group. So as far as looking into the future, you may see Bikers for Trump at some of these events, but you'll see them on their best behavior, and we certainly won't be taking the law into our own hands. We've got a lot of questions to ask. You know, in Virginia, being a commonwealth that it is, you know, and being told to stand down, that goes against every fiber of a police officer that has given that oath and sworn to serve and to protect, and to have to watch felonies unfolding. It goes against every fiber of the police department and police officers, and our hearts go out to them. We couldn't have more support than them than we do now, and we're going to continue to support police officers around the country. We're going to continue to support our president with unyielding support, and we're excited about the leadership that Donald Trump has exemplified throughout this first 200 days of his candidacy and his presidency.
Okay.
And we couldn't be more excited because we see a bright future for our country under the new leadership of Donald Trump.
Well, let's hope that the violence stops, because it's most unpleasant for everyone. Chris Cox, Bikers for Trump, thanks for joining us, sir. We'll see you again real soon. Catch you.
Huh.